Flint's Club 93781 show. Artemis here. If you want to get on the 81 show, it's really simple. Just hit me up on Twitter, Artemis Radio. Got David Aaron in the building. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Man, I've been hearing your name for a bit from a lot of different artists here in Flint. I wanted to get you through. I know you did that project with Ace. We're going to get into that. And you got a solo project like we had just talked about coming up in the fall, right?
Yep.
Let's go right to the beginning, man. Where did you basically come from? I know that you said that you had a little bit of history in Atlanta and Flint, so why don't you get into that?
Well, I was born at Hurley Hospital, you feel me? So, I pretty much lived here from, I guess, the time I was born to probably the time I was like 1, you know,
okay.
And then we moved to Atlanta, and then we stayed there for probably like 8 years because we moved back up here when I was 8, and then when we came back, I was living in Beecher with my grandma crib.
Okay.
And, then after that, like, you know, I kind of grew up in Beecher, though, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I spent a lot, like, I went to Daly Elementary, then I went to Beecher Middle School, but as I got older, like, my teenage years, I was spending a lot of time on the north side, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the north side, but Flint, yeah, I'm from Flint, born and raised, if you could say that for sure, but I do have history in Atlanta.
Okay, so when did you decide, like, you know, rapping and getting into music was your calling?
I would have to say, probably when I graduated high school. Honestly, when I decided to take music serious, like pursue it as a full-time thing. You know what I mean? But I've been writing songs, and I was always interested in music ever since I was a kid, because my parents raised me around a lot of music and stuff like that. So just my background in music is really extensive.
And obviously someone like J Dilla inspired you when it comes to production and everything. Definitely. Like that, because you and Ace did that project, and when you came through, you're like, yeah, me and Ace did DillaNoize. I was like, oh shit, like I know what that is, man. I heard that project, and like I was just saying about Ace, like when I hear Ace's music, it makes me want to like travel into another dimension, man. Like that dude is a ratchet rock star, like he said. Definitely. Man, like he really, like, he's about that life, you know. And then so when you get influenced by Dilla, what are your other influences? Like who did you grow up listening to where you're like, man, like I'm inspired by them?
It's kind of funny to me. Like when I was little, my brother used to listen to a lot of like 90s R&B. He used to talk on the phone to like with girls a lot, you know what I'm saying, listening to like R&B. So he was listening to like Jagged Edge and Drew Hill and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So when I was listening to those songs as a kid, it kind of made me excited about, I guess, the melodic part and the songwriting part of music, you know what I'm saying? But as I got older, like I started listening to like Jay-Z, of course, like Tupac, of course, stuff like that. But I'm influenced by a lot of different things, whether it's hip hop, rock. I like Nirvana a lot, you know, New Radicals. I like a lot of 80s new wave, pop, you know, things like that. I just try to take inspiration from anything I listen to, pretty much, you know.
Now I see why you and Ace get along so well, man, because I asked him the same question. His view on music and everything was a little out there compared to, you know, the typical like Flint rapper. Like they're like, yo, it's about Drake, it's about, you know, like all these different like typical rappers. But when you have that sense of like understanding and appreciating different music, do you think that that's helped you musically yourself?
Definitely, and more so, other than I guess music, it kind of molded me as a person. You know, it kind of made me look at life in a more universal aspect, if you will. I don't know, you know what I mean? Music, I feel like, brings people together more than anything. So when you're able to identify with people based on, I guess, music or whatever it is, it's a great thing. So I just try to make sure I stay true to that. So
how did you and Ace get together for DillaNoize? Because that to me is a project that is so unique. You know, like I was just saying, when it comes to music in Flint, there's that typical sound, and there's, you know, not to be disrespectful, but there's a lot of Flint rappers that steal kind of from the Detroit sound or steal from the down south sound, to where you guys did something completely different with this DillaNoize project. How did you guys come together and decide that's what you wanted to do?
It kind of just happened like sporadically. We was in the studio one day last year, like last summer, and we just had like a flash drive of just a lot of instrumentals and stuff like that. And we were just trying to figure out what exactly we wanted to do, because we knew we wanted to collaborate on something. And a friend of ours that was there, he pretty much told us, like, Yeah, so why don't y'all just, you know, rap off of Jay Dilla's beats and organized noise beats and call it DillaNoize? He just said it that straight up. So we just like, bet, that's what we doing.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So it just came together almost organically. Like it was something to where it wasn't forced or nothing.
Right,
like,
no, not at all.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So then you did that project. That project was released, was it this year or last year?
It was released December of last year.
Okay. And if people want to check that out, how do they, you guys have is it a Bandcamp?
Yeah.
It's on Bandcamp.
Cartoonsonly.bandcamp.com.
Okay. And then now you got a solo project that you're putting together right now, right, for the fall?
Yeah.
Let's get into that a little bit. I mean, compared to DillaNoize, what direction is this going in? Like, would you say it's more R&B, rap, like infused? Like, how would you describe it?
With this project, I want to kind of stray away from hip hop. Not entirely, but a lot of the things that are used in hip hop, I kind of want to break away from. I kind of want to experiment more, you know, with different genres. If I could, put it into a genre, I would probably have to say like soul rock, you know what I mean, something like that. But it will definitely have like rapping in it for sure, because I just like to rap, you know. Now,
how many tracks do you have together for it so far?
I have a lot. I can't even really count.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's kind of dwindling it down then. Like you got too many. No, that's a good thing.
Not necessarily too many, but I definitely want to record more. But I have a selection of songs that I could base the entire project around. You know, use as a foundation.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And when do you think you're gonna drop that?
Sometime in the fall for sure. I'm aiming for November, but you know, I want to release it by the end of the year for sure. Yeah.
Now, as far as artists in Flint go, you've worked with Ace. Who else have you worked with? Have you worked with anybody else, or has it just been Ace pretty much?
I've worked with so many artists. I've worked with Greg Joslin. He actually just released a new project called Lawnmower Music.
Oh, you're on that one too then?
Yep, me and Shava J. It's the song called Against All Odds. I've worked with Sway Montoya from Morale Music. I work with Morale Music a lot of their artists, and I was a part of Morale Music back in the day, so we just kind of, keep that rapport going. It's a lot of artists I've worked with. Monty, I've worked with Jeff Sky.
Okay.
Is because it's kind of weird to say like artists I've worked with, because there's so many artists in the city that I respect and that I know personally, and that I know that they're doing their own thing and I'm doing my own thing. But to me, it's all like a collaboration, whether we have a song together or not. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand that when the time is right, then we'll make it happen. You know? So I don't ever really trip on, collaborating with other artists, especially in the city, because this is where I'm from.
Now, do you think that, like, you're in your own lane, and also do you think that it's one of those situations to where Flint is such a hard city and such a rough city, you know, as far as what the media looks at it? Do you think that people downplay your music because it's not, yo, I got the strap on me and I'm gonna come through with the gap, bah, 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 you know, like, does that get to you, or is it something to where, like, that's not the lifestyle that you want to portray? You want to portray something else?
Yeah, because I've never been a street guy, you know, but I've always had friends growing up. I've had friends that were in the streets, and you know, more into that lifestyle than I was. So although I don't really put that kind of content in my music, I could understand why that music is being generated from a place like Flint, you know what I'm saying? But I don't really think my music is like downplayed or anything. I feel like I'm appreciated, just in a different way, just like another lane with it, you know.
Right. Now, is there any artist in Flint or the surrounding areas that you haven't worked with that you've been like, man, I gotta get with this person? Like, and who would that be?
It's this band called Cheerleader. I'm not sure if you.
3-person group.
Yeah.
Kind of like a punk rock, like yeah.
I wanna work with them so bad, because I just think they're so talented and like innovative with just everything they're doing. I never heard anything. I've heard Bitchcraft for the first time, like even before it came out. Like Nisa was playing me the drummer was playing me a couple of songs, and I just remember being excited to listen to the entire project. And when it came out, I was just amazed.
It's so different though too, you know, like it's like three girls and it's like, wait, they're from Flint?
Yeah, right.
And they got a project called Bitch Grab? Like, and then you listen to it and it's like, man, that sounds like Flint. Like there's certain artists in here, in this city, like King 810 and like, you know, Cheerleader and like what you're doing too, to where it's got that different sound to it, but it sort of encompasses what Flint is because it's such a different city, you know?
For sure. I think Flint is full of a lot of diversity. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of, I guess, that individual trying to tap into the diversity of Flint, because there's so many different types of Flint people. Like the north side is different from the east side, different from the west side, and even on the north side or the south side is neighborhoods in certain parts of the city that's so distinct from one another. You know what I mean? So I love it. I just love how it all comes together and makes sense, you know? Yeah,
and it's so diverse too, man. Like you were saying, like, I mean, you could go to anywhere in Flint and there's always going to be not only different types of people, but different types of environments, you know, like you were saying, like the neighborhoods and everything. So you got this project that's coming out in the fall. You got a name for it yet or no?
Yes.
Okay, what is it going to be?
Inner City Outer Space.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, man, I'm telling you, you and H just need to go on tour together. I'm telling you, because you both got that same, like, mentality of, like, that space age, like, out of this world type shit. Like, when I was seeing him perform on Saturday, he was in his own brain, man. Like, he was out of this world. Like, he's going back and forth. Like he was in front of thousands of people, and you could tell that he's got that love, you know, and, like, that dedication to music. And I see the same thing in you. Now, do you plan on doing any more projects with him?
I think it would be dope if we could, put together something, I guess, more original than DillaNoize was. Yeah. You know, but only time will tell. Like, that's the homie for real, and I really respect, like, what he's doing right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just good to see him, I guess, get that the recognition that he deserves. Yeah. You know, what I seen before we even did DillaNoize, you know? Yeah. For sure, he's real talented, and I just respect it.
All right, well, I'm telling you this, man. When Inner City Outer Space comes through in the fall, you come back. I want you to plug in and talk about it and everything like that. And you come back, man.
Definitely.
Thank you for taking the time out to come through. And if people want to get a hold of you, I know you see you're in the same lane that I am, to where, like, if I didn't have this radio shit, I would be done with Facebook. So you don't have a Facebook, but do you have any other social media platforms where people can hit you up?
Yeah, I have a Twitter and an Instagram. David VVRON. So it's like David Aaron, but the A's are like upside down like this, like a piece, you feel me? Yeah. So Instagram and Twitter, and then my SoundCloud is soundcloud.com/year of 1992.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. David Aaron, 81 Show. Appreciate you coming through, man.
Thank you.
Yep.